Welcome, everyone, to the Meebits Football live stream. There's a lot of exciting stuff today. We're going to be covering the first three groups, A, B, and C, from the World Cup, and then going over player spotlights. But before we jump in, I want to talk about PSG. What do you think of the game?
Wow. It was honestly a little bit boring, not going to lie.
Yeah.
It was a little disappointing. I don't know, who called it last week that Arsenal was going to score first? You said Arsenal scores first.
Yeah.
And then I said, if that happens, it's going to be a boring game because Arsenal's just going to go to the back.
Yeah.
And
low block.
Yeah, as they call it, Haram ball. So that's what happened. And in a way, I was disappointed PSG's inability to create opportunities. Like, obviously, they were attacking the whole 90 minutes after the goal.
Just not executing.
They were not being creative.
Yeah.
I don't know where Arsenal was playing to after the PSG tied. Because it's just like, how do you win a game if you're not trying to score?
Yeah, you can't. You can only tie.
Yeah, so I think it ended fairly in that it was a tie. And I think obviously the championship was defined fairly in that Arsenal failed to score the last PK.
I think it's like the hardest way to lose.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has
just because you're so close to the trophy, and then one wrong PK, one save can just change it all. Yeah,
it has to be. But I feel like it was the right outcome. I think for global sport, for soccer, like.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you think about it?
I'm happy. I wanted PSG to win, and I think that them being back to back they deserve it. And Arsenal is a great team, but I just don't think that they deserved it.
Okay, all right. This is the Meebits Football stream, but obviously another big matchup on Saturday night: the Spurs and the Oklahoma Thunder.
How excited are you about that?
I am extremely excited. Did you watch it?
No. I'm trying to get into basketball because I'm living in New York now, but I think it'll take me a little bit.
Yeah, well, you're going to get into it because of the Knicks. And obviously a great team, the home team. I've been in New York for 17 years, but I think I've said it before on this stream, never really been able to cheer for teams that are not mine.
Yeah.
And that's, in this case, the Knicks, even though I've been here for so long, like, I'm a Spurs fan. And so if it was the Knicks versus Oklahoma, obviously I will cheer for the Knicks.
Yeah.
But Knicks versus my team, no way I could vote for anybody else.
I want the Knicks to win, even though I'm not that into basketball. Just, being a New Yorker now.
Wow.
One weekend.
Fighting words. Jeez, she's here for 1 week. And she's just completely.
I know. My sister's like, you're just becoming a New York person. I'm like, yeah, maybe I am.
Nice. Well, good luck to you and to all the Knicks fans. I think you guys are going to need it. I think prediction markets have Spurs at 60%. I bought shares in the Spurs at 7 cents at the beginning of the year. So I'm pretty happy with my return so far, but I'm obviously not selling until we get to 100% when we win the championship.
Fair enough.
What's on the agenda for today?
Well, there's 12 groups total that we're going to cover for the next few days, but today we're just going to cover the first three. I'm really excited about this World Cup. I feel like there's a lot of talent, and in just 7 weeks is going to be the final, which is crazy because it sounds like a lot of time, but it's not. There's 104 games, which is wild. But let's start with the first group. Side note, I love your shirt. What's your favorite Taylor album?
Oh, I've had this conversation many times.
It could be a long one, but just top two.
I'm more of like a songs guy than full album.
Okay.
I think full albums just really capture so much, like, especially with her, that she's been so prolific in putting out albums. Yeah, no, and I go through stages too of like which songs I like depending on my life.
Because they're very different vibes. Some are like super happy and go lucky, and others are depressing.
Yeah.
In the best way.
Do you have a favorite album? See? That's exactly what I'm saying.
I just love all of them. I think recent albums, Torture Poets Department.
Really?
Yes.
Which was not well received.
No.
Originally, people hated it.
Yeah. But I just think that a lot of the songs are just really catchy. And they kind of like resemble a time in her life that was like a transitional period after her breakup with Joe and then like meeting Travis. So I don't know. I love it. I think it's a good album.
Interesting. Yeah, it was not well received. What did you think of the latest one?
It wasn't my favorite. I
Also,
feel
it was
like
not well received. But
yeah,
it grew on me.
yes. I think that there's 3 songs on that album that I really do like, but the other ones are not entirely my favorite. But anything she puts out, I'm gonna love. So.
Do you have a song that you hate from her?
It used to be "Shake It Off,"
It
just
used
because
to be.
people would play it so much, it made me go crazy, and then I kind of just started singing. I was like, "Oh, like Shake It Off," but now like I love it. What's yours?
A song that I hate? I don't have a song that I hate. I mean, there's a lot of songs I don't know.
Yeah.
I really only started listening to her consciously or like intentionally, I would say,
Yeah.
after I went to the Eras tour with Mrs. Sergito.
Yeah. Is she a big Swiftie?
No, not really. I mean,
Yeah.
she grew up with her music just like
Yeah.
pretty much almost every woman in the world.
Yeah.
At least in the Western world. And obviously being here in New York, you hear a lot of her songs, but you never really pay attention to them. And
Yeah.
I'm not somebody who's like, oh, hardcore about music. But at that concert, just seeing the energy,
Yeah.
it was really addictive.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the shirt comes from.
Yeah.
And then I bought 2 shirts at that concert. This one, which you're talking about, I don't think people can really see it,
Yeah.
and a black one. And I wore the T-shirt ones and I got so much attention on the street
Yeah.
that it was really funny. And I think I posted about it, and people on crypto Twitter were like calling me names and stuff because it's Taylor Swift and you're not supposed to like her.
Yeah.
And it almost became like a contrarian thing to wear the shirt. And
Yeah.
every time I wore the shirt, I got so much attention for it that I just started wearing it. And then I started listening more and more to her music. I had my like folklore stage. I think that's
Yeah.
if
I
I
love
could think
folklore.
of like an album that really just brought me closer to her
Mm-hmm.
music, it's probably folklore.
I think the lyrics in that album are insane. I don't know if you like really delve into it, but I like to read the lyrics and they're just crazy.
There's some songs. Actually, we had Teddy Fusano, for instance, the president of Bitwise, which is a huge crypto asset management company, on the Meebits podcast, and he's a huge Swiftie as well. And we spent some time in the podcast discussing folklore lyrics. And obviously there's like, I don't know, there's songs that people don't really care too much for, but I can't speak to me. I will not name them. But yeah, that's the Swiftie part of today's stream.
Yeah. I could talk about it forever. In class, like 2 years ago, we had presentations, and I presented on each of her eras, and everyone in the crowd was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, maybe we should poll people. Do we want to have a Sophine Swiftie stream one day instead of football?
I will gladly do it if anyone wants to. So, if anyone's sick of the soccer, just let me know. Football.
No, we like both.
Yeah.
The Meebits, I think we were discussing this over the weekend. One of the things I like the most is how wide the range is of collectors, of things that we can do with Meebits, right? Like I was just literally, I received the physical credit cards that we issued in Europe through our partnership with The Block in the winter. Mm-hmm. And then obviously we have our trading cards, which are amazing. You guys don't know yet, we announced physical trading cards with OpenSea and ApeChain. You can't buy them. The only thing you can do is get them through interacting with Meefco and our partners. Obviously our online store, but also we're giving away free packs at NFC Lisbon. Both be there on Thursday and Friday. Partners here in New York City and so on. And so, yeah, credit card, physical cards. We're obviously going to be, again, at Art Basel shop. We went to Pickskill, New York, to pick up all the art prints that we made. So, wide range of Meebit-related things that we can do.
And on the
Swiftie.
Yeah.
Swiftie
Yeah.
You will love it. We actually, when they got engaged, we made a replica of their photo, their engagement photo.
Yeah.
And with Meebits.
Oh my gosh.
And we posted
That's
it.
amazing.
Yeah, well, I'll show it to you.
When that got posted, I canceled my whole day. I was like, this is insane. I sent it to my mom, my sister. We're all freaking out, but I guess not everyone really thinks that way.
Well, you landed at a place where we care about Taylor Swift.
It's actually funny because my roommate in college, she was a big Kanye fan of his music. So, like, it was like the running joke on our team, like, we're polar opposites. And so that was kind of funny, but.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Football.
Football.
What do you want to talk about today? What do you have on the agenda for us?
On the agenda, the 3 groups. The first matchup being Mexico and South Africa, which is exciting. I know that you're a big Mexico fan. It's the opening match of the tournament for the second time ever. And last time was 2010 South Africa opener where they drew 1-1. That was the last time they played. And then this is a big chance for Mexico to set the tone as favorites in the group. So I'm excited to see how they play. I feel like they're going to dominate this game, in my opinion.
We have to.
Yeah, have to.
We have to. I think Mexico, I mean, unfortunately, it's sad to say it probably won't be our year. But our big goal always is to get to that next stage. We've never made it past quarterfinals. Obviously, we're hosting.
Yeah.
And I think even if we make quarterfinals, we will not play in Mexico anymore. So we got to win every match in Mexico. Yeah. And yeah, unfortunately, so many politics in soccer and so on. Some of our best players didn't really develop well. Anyway, long story short.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm looking forward to watching the game with a bunch of Mexicans because that just brings me back home.
I feel like you guys have the best fan base.
We do.
Yeah. I was going to ask later on, but I don't know. I just think a lot of the teams lack that, and having it at home is going to be a huge advantage.
I'm hoping so. And we're playing both in Mexico City. We're playing 2 matches in Mexico City. Opening, as you said, versus South Africa on June 11th at 3 p.m. New York time. And then the next one we're playing against Korea in Guadalajara, which is where tequila comes from. So I know all of you have some connection to tequila at some point in your life. And then back to Mexico City for Czechia. And I think we'll make it out of the group stage. Then we'll see what happens afterwards. But it's an interesting group, I think, because obviously you had some more stats ready for us. But Czechia, I think, surprised by qualifying through the UEFA playoffs. They beat Ireland and Denmark in PKs, so obviously coming to the line, but they came across. Yeah. And then both South Korea and South Africa won their qualifier groups. So it's not like a group of death like you should call the toughest group. And I think it's gonna be hard for this World Cup to have a group of death. Yeah. Because there's so many groups. But it's also not like an easy walkthrough group. No. And so, it'll be interesting. Obviously, as Mexican, we want to win the group. We want to win the 3 matches. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. Yeah. Because it's a really stellar group of nations that we're gonna be playing against.
And the exciting thing is, in these World Cups, these teams are so talented. Anyone can be anyone. And if you don't show up one day and you're the underdog or the whatever team that's supposed to win, you're gonna get beat. So it's just gotta always be turned on, ready. In Mexico, Santiago, how do you pronounce that last name?
You mean Raul?
No. The player spotlight we're going over, Santiago.
Oh, I have Raul for my spotlight, but tell me about your spotlight.
He plays for AC Milan in Italy and has dealt with an ankle injury most of the season. He was not healthy in the friendlies, which kind of is important, to practice and get ready for the World Cup. But, yeah, he's supposed to be a key player for Mexico.
Well, I have Raul Jimenez as my spotlight player, who plays for Fulham in the Premier, and he had 12 goal contributions this season. But I love that we have 2 spotlights for Mexico. Yeah. It is going to be, obviously, we'll be doing a lot. We have the Mexico jerseys for Meebits Football, and we have the watch party with our friends at Bored Ape Yacht Club and Sports Monkey NFT out in Berry Park on June 18th for that game against Korea at 9 p.m. on June 18th. If you haven't signed up, please find the RSVP in our Meebits Football channel within the Discord. And then, if you ever want to see me lose my mind, watch me do the Mexico soccer game because it's there's no Taylor Swift song for it. That's only mariachis. Hopefully,
if there was one, what song would it be?
It's just no. It can't capture it. It cannot capture it. It's a different sound. Yeah. Everything. Yeah.
I think the player that I'm most excited about in Mexico is obviously the historic goalkeeper, Ochoa.
Memo.
Sorry.
Guillermo. Memo Ochoa.
Yeah. World Cup legend. He's known for his big performances every 4 years. And assuming they all play, Messi, Ronaldo, him, I think it'll be really exciting to watch them all.
Yeah, he's one of the first players to play 6 World Cups.
Crazy.
Yes.
Think about that. That's how many years?
He's going to be starting keeper. Mexico just announced the call-up list over the weekend, and he was named as the starting keeper. And it is interesting because the only reason he's going to be starting keeper is because our lead keeper for this era got injured a couple months ago. So, yeah, Memo's a great goalie. Where he might be a little old, like, I can feel it. I can't move the same way as they did 10,
I feel like goalkeeping is just like, you can play longer than a field player.
Sure. It is about talent.
Yeah.
Maybe much more
experience.
Yes, experience plays. We'll see. I mean, just like you and Taylor Swift, I can talk about Mexican soccer. But maybe we move on to the next team.
Yeah, awesome. The next team, South Korea, we have, I'm unsure how to say his name.
Just call him by his last name.
Yeah, Son. He plays for LAFC, spent 10 years at Tottenham and became a club legend. Had 14 goal contributions in the qualifiers and the second most in the Asia Confederation. He leads the MLS in assists this season with 8, which is pretty crazy because, I mean, LAFC is a great team, so I'm excited to see him in the World Cup. And he's 33, so he's forward, and I think he'll dominate.
He is a great player. I think he doesn't get the spotlight that he would get if he still played in Europe. But in MLS, he's one of the, as you said, one of the dominant forces. Yeah, no, he's got a good fan base. I guess nothing against Korea. I think it's a lovely team, lovely country. I spent time there during my triathlon years. Yeah. Great place.
Training there or like?
Yeah, I spent 2 weeks in an island called Jeju Island. That is, it's a volcanic island. It's pretty much like a volcano. Yeah. When they hosted the World Cup they co-hosted with Japan. They actually had matches there in Jeju Island, and where I was staying was just right down the street from their World Cup stadium. Wow. And we did our track sessions in the track around the stadium on the outside. It was pretty cool. So
the track was on the outside of the field?
Yes, this particular track was. Yeah. We didn't go into the stadium. We just ran around it. It was pretty cool. It's a destination island for honeymooners. Really? And I think the cultural tradition there is for honeymooners to wear the exact same outfits. Really? So we would be like, running around or biking around the island. And
they're all twinning.
People in like the same outfits. But it was a lovely 2 weeks that I spent there. Gosh, was it 2014, 2015 now?
What's the travel like there?
I flew to Seoul. Okay. And then a quick layover after customs and immigration, and then flew over to Jeju.
Awesome. Yeah, it was fun. That's cool. Really cool. All right, next country is Czechia, and it's Patrick. He plays in Germany, 26 goal contributions this season. 26 is wild. He led Czechia with 5 goals scored in qualifying. So he's 30 years old, striker. It'll be exciting to watch him. What do you think?
Well, I had this bet with Sasha. She was our intern last summer. Her family is Czech. Yes. Her dad still cheers for Czechia over the States. So just to keep that friendly rivalry going, I think they're probably the underdog when it comes to just pedigree in the group. But again, it's such a friendly World Cup to teams that they're on the bubble because 6 of the 12 third place finishers in the World Cup or the group stage will move on to the next round. And I think Czechia probably one of those that sneaks through, or if they manage to surprise Korea, they'll definitely go through to the next stage. So totally. Yeah, the group stage. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little not disappointed, but it's not gonna be as fun, as exciting as in previous World Cups with less teams. And I feel like it's gonna, between the ticket price fiasco, between the fact that America is not really like a big soccer country, I feel like a weak group stage is gonna do a disservice. Yeah. But it won't be from Group A because we're going to have a lot of good matches. And South Africa, I think, again, they're not a bad team. They're not on a path to win the World Cup. I mean, there's only out of the last 10 World Cups, 6 teams have won. Yeah. So it's very top-heavy sport.
Totally.
So we'll see.
Like the best teams are amazing, and some of like the lower teams are kind of struggle to get past those.
Yeah, there's like 3 very definite tiers, like World Cup championship contenders, which are the same teams every single time. The middle of the pack, which get a surprise here and there, and then like the teams that never make the World Cup, and like a lot of them are making it this time around. So we'll see how they do. I mean, you never know.
I think it's pretty similar. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to compare it to women's soccer college, but like it is similar in terms of our NCAA tournament. You'll see the best team in the country, number 1, playing a team that's on RPI ranked like 200, but because they won their conference, they're in the tournament. So it's really exciting to see these underdog teams kind of compete and go against like the best players in the world.
Have you looked at all 48 teams? Is there like an underdog that you like the most?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to kind of get a sense of it, but I think I want to see the first games played and, see if...
No, you got to have an underdog before the kickoff. Like, there's no...
All right. I'll have the answer for you tomorrow then.
That's what Bojangle guy would do.
No, I'm not bandwagoning.
All right.
If Armenia were in it, I would say Armenia, but they're not.
Is there like a sister country to Armenia? Or is there... I don't know that part of the world, so I don't know. Like, for example, right, if Colombia...
Yeah.
Another Latin America or like Spain makes it to the final versus a non-Hispanic country, like Mexicans would cheer for that country. But like, for example, we wouldn't cheer for Argentina. Like, I think Mexico was cheering for France last time around. Okay. So is there something like that where like...
I don't think so, honestly. I think Armenia's in their own little kind of bubble.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of teams around us that I would say I would support because we play against them, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Group B.
Awesome.
The other co-host.
Yeah.
Which I feel like nobody's even talked about. The World Cup is also in Canada this year.
I know. I honestly just found that out. But Switzerland is playing Canada, obviously in Vancouver, June 24th. This will be the final match of the group, but it's an exciting one. It could decide who finishes first in the group. Switzerland are a very underrated squad.
I think so too. I think Switzerland as a whole is probably like an underrated country.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see. We have Group B is Canada, Bosnia, Switzerland, Qatar. Like, in my opinion, that's a very weak group. Right? Canada, they didn't even have to qualify because obviously all the World Cup hosts qualify automatically. Bosnia, I think that was a big surprise from the UEFA qualifier.
Yeah.
Upsetting Italy. But on paper, Italy has sucked the last 20 years. Right?
Yeah.
Like, they won a World Cup and then they literally didn't qualify since the one after. Switzerland, to your point, they won their group in the UEFA qualifiers. Probably.
But I don't see them winning or getting past.
Yeah, and then Qatar, they also won their group in Asian qualifying, but it's not like they are a power Asian team.
Oh, I wouldn't say so. Switzerland barely lost to England on PKs in the quarterfinals of the Euros in 2024. And they made it out the group stage in 3 straight World Cups, which is good. So I do see them kind of qualifying past group stage, but I don't know how much past that.
Okay. I have no view, honestly. I think it's such a let's see who wins because there's not a lot of...
Yeah. I can't say I'll be really interested in that group as much as the others, but it'll be exciting to see. Switzerland's a beautiful country.
We're close by to Canada. We could do a match.
Let's go.
Afford it here.
Yeah. We actually are very close. I had 3 girls on my team that were Canadian, so I'm sure they'll find their ways up there.
Crypto and NFTs are full Canadian. Larva Labs, the guys who made Meebits, Matt and John, they are Canadian. Vitalik, who made Ethereum, Canadian. So there's definitely a lot of Canadian representation, but I don't think that we will have a lot of Canadian representation at the top of world soccer.
Yeah, that's right. To each their own. Okay, the player spotlight for Canada would be Alphonso Davies. He plays for Bayern Munich, and he's Canada's captain. He's dealing with an injury that might force him to miss Canada's opening match, which is a big match, obviously, for Canada. It's how you set the tone. So hopefully he'll be playing for their matter. Back in 2016, he made his MLS debut for the Whitecaps at 15 years old, which is crazy that people at that age are even playing at such a high level, but, they are. And now he returns to North America for Team Canada. So I'm excited to see him play. He's obviously very talented. And he scored Canada's first ever World Cup goal at the 2022 World Cup, which is crazy because that was recently to have a first ever World Cup goal, but it's cool.
I'm trying to pull up here the odds for PolyMarket so you guys can see it. So if you want to keep going while I...
Yeah, Switzerland. They have a center mid, 33, plays for Sunderland in the Premier League, and he's also their captain. He's the most capped player of all time with 144 appearances. That's crazy. That is just wild. But, I think Switzerland are a great team, so we'll see how they do. Bosnia, he's 40 years old, striker. I feel like, probably hitting the end of his
Definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He's the leading scorer for Bosnia with 73 goals, and 6 came from qualifying for this tournament. He might be old, but he's got legs for one last tournament, so we'll see if he executes the big stage. And then Qatar is Afif. He plays in the Qatar Stars League with 27 goals, and he leads Asia's qualifying and goal contributions with 15.
Okay. So I just pulled up the odds for Group B winner according to PolyMarket, and yeah, you're right. Switzerland is a clear favorite with 55%. Then Canada with 30%, and then Bosnia with 12%, and then 3%. So Switzerland, very, very clear favorite to win.
Yeah. Awesome.
To win the group, which again I don't think will be a surprise to anybody.
Yeah, it's not very even in terms of the odds. I'm excited.
All right, so then we have one more group for today, and we're going to be doing 4 days of these previews. There's 12 groups in the group stage. So our last group today is going to be Group C, which is one of the perennial favorites just because they're Brazil. They can be in bad form, and they will still be one of the top 5 favorites. Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti, who are playing their World Cup, their first World Cup. I don't think I've ever seen them get even close to qualifying.
Oh.
They play with CONCACAF, which is the Americas, North American, Caribbean, really.
Yeah.
South America has their own. The marquee matchup here in this game that will determine pretty much who wins the group is Brazil versus Morocco here in our backyard on June 13th. So the first game of the match day 1 of that group, and probably the first big match of the whole tournament. And even though Morocco doesn't, if you hear Morocco in the context of soccer and you're not knowledgeable in soccer, it would not really, lead you to believe anything. But Morocco finished fourth. Morocco finished 4th in 2022 Qatar, which is our World Cup. They're the first African country to ever make it to the semifinals. Mexico's never made semifinals, so they are a threat.
Yeah.
The other funny fact that I'll just mention here is Scotland has qualified for the World Cup 9 times in their history, and they've had the pleasure or the misfortune of being in the same the same group as Brazil 5 of those 9 times.
I would say it's a misfortune. Brazil's just so talented in terms of playing soccer. The way they play is beautiful, and they possess the ball so well. So I think just being in that group with them, I'd probably get sick of it.
All right, so Brazil, the whole teams are stars. Tell me about Morocco. Who should people be looking at following along?
Yeah, they have a right back, Hakimi. He's 27, and after winning his 3rd UCL title this weekend, Hakimi's become the most decorated African player with 19 major trophies, which is wild. He's a captain of Morocco and led them to having successful tackles and assists in qualifying. So it'll be a great game. I think you don't really see a right back highlighted as much as the key star players up top or in goal. So I'm excited to watch him play. I think that he's really good.
Cool. I have never even thought that he was from Morocco. I don't know why I thought he was French.
Yeah, the name probably.
Yeah, the name and where he plays.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other players that we should be keeping an eye on in this group?
Yeah, Scotland has Scott McTominay. He plays for Napoli and had 17 goal contributions this season. He did score an insane bicycle kick in the final group stage of the match, and it helped Scotland qualify a spot in the World Cup. I think bicycle kicks are the worst thing to be scored on as a goalkeeper, hands down.
Have you had one scored on you?
For sure, not that I don't remember, but there was a time my freshman year, actually, we were playing Long Beach State. And if you're a soccer fan watching, you've probably seen this video. It was all over ESPN, but I had gotten subbed out right before, and a player on Long Beach State did a full bicycle kick and scored on us, and it's how we lost the game. So.
But you were not the goalie?
No, but I was going to be. I got subbed out, which maybe was a blessing in disguise.
Okay. Well, maybe you would have saved it.
It was a really, really good bicycle kick, I will say. Her name's Lena Salino, and now she plays professionally, so.
Wow.
Hat off to her.
Maybe you would have saved it. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like you don't ever think that a forward or a player is going to do a bicycle kick. So as a goalkeeper, you're just kind of like waiting for the ball to be crossed or something else to happen, and then boom, it happens. So,
well, I grew up in Mexico.
Yeah.
As we said 45 times already on just this team. We had Hugo Sanchez, who's a Penta Pichichi. A Pichichi is the guy who wins top goal scorer in the Spanish La Liga. And his signature goals were bicycle kicks. So
having that as your signature goal is so cool.
he had a big throw. He's like our Maradona, our Pelé. We had a lot of good players, but him, Hugo, that amount of awards he won, championships, internationally, and so on.
Would you rather score a game-winning goal as a bicycle kick or like a jumping header?
Oh, bicycle kick.
Okay. Some people might say header. Yeah, me too.
All right. In my not very illustrious soccer career, though, I did save 2 PKs in our intramural finals that we won at UTSA in 2009. And that's probably the highlight of my goal.
2 PKs is crazy. Was it in a PK shootout or during the live game?
It was PK shootout.
Okay.
We were playing this big frat, and I created a student organization at UTSA, and then we entered as that team, and we were the underdogs because nobody knew us.
Yeah.
But we ended up going to the final. Here's our secret sauce was, UTSA doesn't really have a lot of international people, so the few international guys that we had played with us because I'm Mexican and so on. So we had a Brazilian, a couple of African guys, so we had a really sneaky good team.
Yeah.
And we made it to the final, and it was the last PK, and I saved it. Now, it was intramural, so it's like the refs were the best.
Yeah.
The ref was heavily influenced, and he was a frat boy, by their other team complaining that I had moved off the line, which I don't think was the case.
That's unfair if he was a frat boy.
I know, but I don't think that was the case. So they made me replay it.
Yeah.
And I saved it again.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was, highlight.
They definitely were like...
Big highlight.
Yeah.
Of my very non-professional
Seems pretty awesome to me. That's sick.
Soccer life. But, sadly, we don't have any goalie spotlights here for groups A through C.
I think that leaves some room for goalies to step up and perform, and I'm excited to see how that plays out. And we'll be back here to talk about it.
Brazil, though, I know we kind of jumped over them.
Junior, he's a winger, 25 years old. Yes, he plays for Real Madrid, and he's won everything with them, 30-plus goal contributions for 5 straight seasons. But for Brazil, he's only scored 9 goals in 48 appearances. But, national team games are a lot different, and I think, he's executed for Real Madrid, so I think that he'll play really well this World Cup. But personally, I like Neymar.
Who got the call up pretty much last minute.
Yeah.
There was actually a PolyMarket on whether or not he was going to get called up.
And what were the odds?
I forget, but for a while they were low.
Yeah.
It was like a coin flip.
You can't not call him up, though. He's like a vet in the World Cup.
He is a vet in the World Cup.
Do I think he's the best player? No, but he's obviously very talented.
Let's see what PolyMarket here has for Group C. I mean, I think it's probably going to be pretty obvious what they're going to have, right?
Yeah.
But, no surprise, Brazil at 76%. And it has been steady Eddie for the whole life of this market. Morocco second place with 18% to win the group, and then Scotland 7%.
Okay.
Then Haiti, pretty much they say no shot, but never say never.
Never say never.
What's interesting about this in the context of Meebits Football is that, especially with the third place group finishers, they go obviously into the knockout stage as we've described, and they will have a huge impact on how the bracket shapes up. In Meebits Football, we have this huge bracket competition with thousands of dollars worth of prizes where people will be able to compete by putting in your brackets. And so I think keeping an eye on both those potential third place finishers within the groups, but also how that shakes out in this whole algorithm of depending on which groups have the best third places, is going to determine which third place is qualified out of the 12 of them. is going to be probably the tiebreaker, I think, for the overall competition here. But a lot of interesting things when it comes to this World Cup. So that's Group A through C. I guess a good summary of things would be Mexico, clear favorite for Group 1, Group A.
Yeah.
Then we said Switzerland, the favorite for
Group B. Canada's a little bit lower, but the second favorite. Group C, Brazil. It's an easy, but you never know. And I think Morocco obviously is very talented, so they might give Brazil a run for their money.
We'll see. A couple of extra things since, Mexico, close to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a really good 2026 preparation stage. We beat a bunch of okay-ish teams, but we look good. Panama, Bolivia, Iceland, and Australia. We were undefeated pretty much the whole year. We drew against Portugal and Belgium. Belgium's a powerhouse. I think people don't realize how strong they are this year. We scored 10 goals and only allowed 1 in, which Mexico has never been a defensive team.
Yeah.
So in 7 matches, only letting 1 goal in, pretty good.
That's amazing. Goalkeeper's dream.
Ronaldo did not play against Mexico in Mexico City with Portugal, but drawing against both those teams, I think, is pretty cool. And we have one final preparation stage match against Serbia coming up this Thursday, which obviously we will be in Portugal for that. And to your point, Ochoa, just like it's gonna be the best thing ever to have him. He will be the first player to play in the 6th World Cup ahead of Argentina's and Portugal's players that you've mentioned already. I'm excited. I mean, this is group stage, maybe not most exciting, but we will have a lot of things around Meebits Football, like the packs and the digital collectibles, to make it exciting for everybody.
Yeah. Do you want to speak about the giveaway today?
Are we doing a giveaway?
Yeah.
You coming in just like, hey, I'm just starting giving away all this stuff?
I'm giving away everything here. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So
we're doing a giveaway, so follow the Meebits on Instagram and then repost one of the uniform announcements from the football account, and then we'll select 3 people at random for 3 of these.
Okay, so follow the Meebits. Everybody follow the Meebits at the Meebits on Instagram. I think for the giveaway, so we don't cross too many channels here, we've had every uniform that we're minting revealed on our X account. So go on the Meebits X account and find those uniform reveals.
Yes.
And just repost the one you like the most. It can be a quote post or it can just be a repost. What do you want to give away? Like 3 people? 5 packs each?
Yeah.
Deal?
Deal.
Caveat. Ships in the US only because we're still trying to figure out shipping abroad. So sorry, unless you're coming to Portugal, and then we'll happily hand you over. So first 3 people to repost the uniform announcements, any of them that we made from the Meebits account, US shipping, repost it, we'll reach out via DM, and we'll send you 5 card packs, which I think is pretty cool.
That is really cool. I'm going to do it myself. Kidding.
You have boxes of them here.
I know.
And then, so tomorrow, back on at the same time.
Yep.
10 a.m.
We'll be going
What's
over
on the agenda?
Tomorrow's agenda. We're going over groups D, and then the following 2.
E and F.
Yeah, E and F. So those groups are, it will be the marquee matchups of Germany, Ecuador, and then we'll follow along tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm excited to go over these groups. I think it'll be fun. And the U.S. is in Group D, so it'll be fun to talk about that.
Yeah.
Seeing that we just saw all the players. We didn't meet them, but we saw them, which is amazing.
You excited?
Excited.
We should go buy some U.S. jerseys.
We should.
I could never wear it.
You have to wear it.
No, I would burn. Like, my ancestors would just, like, start burning in their tombs.
That's valid.
Yeah, but happily to, I can't cheer for you guys.
I don't, it's all right, yeah. That's how my dad is. You know, he just supports the Netherlands. And I don't think he's against the U.S., but he's not going to support them. Like,
I am against.
Yeah, that's fair.
And against the Knicks, So please do not post. We do have a Go Knicks Go Meebits GIF that I even asked the team to take down, but they vetoed me. So just kidding. No, we love everybody at the Meebits. But yeah, no. Tomorrow, the next group stage preview. We're gonna have those 3 groups. We'll have more giveaways. I'm already getting notifications here of people reposting the uniform reveal. And then, Lisbon. We'll see you guys on Thursday. We have a pretty cool announcement on stage, on the main stage. I'll be giving out. Diego just reposted too. Diego's won every single one of our giveaways. Shout out to Diego.
Shout out Diego.
And big announcement on Thursday. We have the Meebits Football Fiesta on Friday.
Yep.
We'll both be there handing out all the cool stuff that we're bringing over. And then, obviously, Meebits Football is minting a week from today, hopefully, June 8th. And that website reveal is going to be pretty awesome. We're pretty excited about everything that we built for everybody to just play along with the tournament, which I think is a pretty cool time in the world. And we have a lot of other giveaways. I mean, I'm looking at the Panini boxes that we bought that we're going to give away some. You've started your album.
I have.
We'll go into that, and then obviously a lot more Meebits Football stuff. So thank you all for watching today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to get back on the stream tomorrow and continue.
Awesome.